The idea of Recycling Up Ghana was outlined in 2014 by a joint discussion of initiators and co-founders from the mother organization Technology Without Borders, an NGO operating in both Germany and Ghana. About 20 European Ghanaian team leaders are currently working on this initiative. The project, since its inception, has undertaken several waste management solutions in some Ghanaian communities, leading to recognition by DWTV Germany, who carried a story on the progress of Recycle Up Ghana. The project continues to receive support from key municipal and waste management companies in Ghana. Powered by Technology Without Borders, with production from 7 Days News Ghana, we bring you the Recycle Up Ghana 2016 Summer Camp.
Recycle Up Ghana is an initiative that was founded by a German Ghanaian NGO called Technology Without Borders. And we seek to increase the awareness of young students about the plastic waste situation that we have in the country, Ghana, and to empower them to come up with tailor-made solutions to the problem that we face with the plastic waste. Recycle Up Ghana is in its third year now. We started in 2014 with a summer camp in Kumasi, and in this year we have 3 camps running in parallel. That is in Kumasi, Accra, and then in Cape Coast.
It was a 10-day summer camp hosting 30 participants from selected senior high schools in the Ashanti region. Mentors, former ambassadors, and team leaders of Recycle Up Ghana also attended the camp. Here is what transpired on day 1, the arrival, registration, and welcome address day.
Today we do hope to get all our students in and get to know each other. Yes, because knowing each other is very important for the subsequent days. We are going to be together for 11 days, so we have to know each other very well, and then talk about some few expectations and what has been done already and what we have to do. They look excited.
Let me give my background. 2014, I was a participant.
Okay.
2015, a camp support, and 2016, a camp support.
Awesome. So what makes you come back all the time? Like what is
it? Basically, it's about change.
The head of media for this year's Recycle Up program, and my focus is to publicize whatever we're doing here on the camp into our social media platforms, which is the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, YouTube, Google Plus, and all the platforms we have at hand right now.
We are going to mention our schools and our names. You have a former welcome message back. It's not like it's just
This means it's a really big event.
The second and third day of the camp was the education phase, and it started with a public speaking and communication skill development seminar. It was a theory and practical based development program.
It's like any James here. Because there's a perception that the very moment I speak and I air, people are going to laugh at me. That is how it feels. You anticipate what you want to do. Before you get to the platform, have it in mind. By the time I'm done speaking, people should be laughing. By the time I'm done talking, people should be crying. By the time I'm done talking, people should be running to me. Please, can I get your number? Please, can I get your number? And I told them, no, I'm a man of God, I don't do that. Let's start with plastics. And those are the back there.
Reaction. The same rate of reaction.
Of the nation's development nowadays is.
And tomorrow we will surely get there.
And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. Up here.
Lectures from various organizations, including the Environmental Protection Agency and the Kumasi Metropolitan Waste Management Agency, were held on this day.
Breathe, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go. The past is.
Yeah, a round of applause. She's able to spend the morning here with us.
Came in 1974, and later in 1970, that's 1994, EPA came. So we then, being backed by law, we then came out as EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, in 1994, with our own functions and our mission and vision. And our mission is to protect the environment and also to seek solutions to global environmental problems. We have functions such as investigations and also re-implementing the policies. You know, that policies that back our day-to-day activities in the country. So the government, through the parliament, brings out policies. Then EPA, we implement the policies. You know, EPA is under the environmental, that's the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation. So they bring up the policies through parliament, then we implement the policies with our plans, our programs and projects. I'll start with waste. I do not start with, even with the definition, I want someone to give us his own understanding of waste, a definition. Let's not look at this, let's give our own understanding of waste. Someone should give us, we all know waste, it's all over this country, even though it's supposed to be kept somewhere, it's around us. So please give me a definition of waste. If you can even summarize this one, summarize it and give it to me. I remember I went for this kind of a training program, which was done by the Germans. It's the same, and I learned something from them which I'm always I've always used in my day-to-day activities. That waste is money. You know, it says that waste is any substance which is discarded after primary use, or it's worthless, defective, or of no use. But waste of no use to you can be of use to someone else. So then, waste can later be of use, can be money, when we manage it well.
You know, we should be principled. If this is what we say we are doing, we should stick to it. If I may ask, in what way do you implement the policies? Do you actually inform the public about the policies which have been formulated, and do you do follow-ups to ensure that they go according to what you've implemented?
Some Ghanaians, the kind of blood that's close to their veins is ununderstandable. They are so like we were saying that if they are told to put this here, they know that when they use something and the waste that comes from it, they have to put it at this place. But then I think that if some strict rules are made to enforce them to put the things at where they are supposed to put, they will rather pay more attention to it than telling them that they will pay for it someday in the flag or something like that.
Go to your collection. Then you have to go in for this car or heavy duty vehicle. No other compactor
waste in the world. They are all equipment, they are not electric. When you have the waste generated and then collected, it should be sent to a final disposal site. And Kumasi, we are fortunate. We have an engineered landfill site.
What problem am I solving? Yes.
There's this woman who normally comes to our school to sell beans. Then when she comes, she looks for the buckets, the stick, any plastic, and the stick that she starts saying, really got it, Yerida Opa, and so even when the woman is not around, people will be singing. Is that also an example of business?
It's part of it, we'll come to that. So, how do you get your product to your customers? We'll come to that. So, the channels is very key. So, we'll see that also. Thank you for bringing it up.
Who identifies a problem, solves them, and then gains profit. So, I didn't gain any profit.
So, it's the same footwear that we've identified, but because we have different customers, we want to differentiate the solutions a bit.
Before September 2014, there was a coroner case, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That was when I was there one night, and I was thinking about what's killing. I wasn't thinking about the women who are dying, but the children. I was thinking about children. What is really these innocent children? Innocent children. They have not caused any mess. Why are they dying? So what can I do? You get it? What can I do to prevent such disaster? That was when I came. We came together. I came together with some group. So we're working. So right now, for children, machine, I'm going to show you the way that you do something small for yourself before you begin. This was one of the bags. So the first bag made it was the first bag. Then the bag made Indomie. That's the Indomie. This is the water for shoes. This is the rubber American. The shopping bags. You can go to market with this bag. This is one of the bags. One of our shopping bags. This is a bag that contains the massive. It's a waste bin, you know. The winning team had made a very beautiful waste bin last year, and this is the waste bin that we do. See, we present it down so that if there's water in the plastic and we fall inside, the water will come out. There's a zip here. You want to dispose, just put the zip and then pour in there. Just put in whatever you want. Or everything goes in there. You put the zip in there. Then also you have most of them. You have this. Part of this, like community, some people like know that they use the water so much there. So take the raincoats, you can see, we're using this like very long big team, you see, but it's out of this Chloe, nice bag. So this is a very beautiful bag made with water sachet. I want to bring mine, but water sachet. The black rubbers, all kind of rubbers, they wave it. Next year, I'll be here to show you how to wave it. They wave, that one is wave. You be here, try it, mama. That one you wave, so all the other people see you and they design very nice, very durable, very durable. So this, even though it takes too much time, but it's very durable. It was the winning thing for last year. Look at the very they made themselves.
Officials and lecturers had this to say.
All we want to do is to see Ghana being clean and healthy. I want to tell Ghanaians to stop littering. Keep our country very clean and healthy and lovable.
The generators should be able to pay for the management of the waste that they have generated. In other words, we are saying that we need to implement the polluter pay principle. And that will actually help us to get money to finance waste management and services in a sustainable manner. So people cannot sit somewhere and expect the government to pay everything. One of the days that things are completely free, they should actually pay something to support the waste management services.
So because we started as social entrepreneurs, we were asked to come and share our ideas with the participants. Because if you want to make an impact in the society, the youth must think differently and think in terms of being an entrepreneur, but with a human heart. So that is why we want to share what we know with the participants so that they will be able to have an impact in our environment and society. We want to share the practicality of what it means to be a social entrepreneur, the difficulties, the cost implication, and how to be able to make it sustainable. Because the problem with most social entrepreneurs is that they start and fall down. So what we want to share is how to make it more financially sustainable so that we can have a lot of social entrepreneurs in Ghana who will be helping us in our societies and environment.
This is about the third time actually. I've been with them from inception.
Okay, what do you do basically?
I come to train them in brainstorming and then leadership. But today in particular, we are doing brainstorming.
Okay, why did you decide to come and share with them about brainstorming?
Brainstorming is a very powerful technique for harnessing the potential of groups. And unfortunately, a lot of people do group work without having the chance of being trained in that aspect. So in this, essentially, they are ineffective. In other words, if they could do 10, because they haven't experienced that kind of training, they will do 2 without realizing that they had the ability to do 10. So taking them through brainstorming techniques and leadership, teamwork in general, helps them to be their best. We are seeing amazing results of the power of this training. And we have individuals who are making global impact as a result of some of the things we've managed to implant in them. And I recommend that each and everyone should get interested in what we do.
I think so far as I know, I've seen this group. I know it's a serious group, and they are for the youth. And so far as the youth are involved, they learn fast. They are people who are very entertaining and they would like to learn. Some may not really, but most of them learn. So I know that they would carry it further. If we still instill that in them, we still continually teach them, they would take it far. And since they are the future leaders, I know it would help Ghana in the future.
Participants also shared their thoughts.
Okay, so I would want to ask you about what you learned on today's lecture. You should share with me about today's lecture.
Okay, today the National Environmental Agency came here and she told us what they can do for the environment to be cleaner, then their policies on the environment, and then they also told us that we also shared our minds on how our environment can be cleaner.
So that's what you learned. What did you learn as
well? A representative from the EPA came here and she taught us waste management and how to manage our waste. And then she taught us the effects of waste management. And she made mention of waste as a profit, or waste as something which is very good. And we need to utilize this waste. And she made mention of Singapore as an example of a country who thinks waste is a profit, then they utilize their waste well. So she told us to help Ghana and to educate other people on the essence of waste.
Alright. So if you go home now, how are you going to practice this in your various homes?
Okay, right now I know the essence of waste and I know how to manage my waste. So I'll inform my parents and I'll educate my younger siblings so they can also inculcate this also into their friends. That they should manage their waste, they should separate waste, like plastic from other waste products, so we can help to recycle and then to reuse and to prevent environmental pollutions and other things.
So how are you going to practice this in your home?
Okay, I'm here to learn to go and make a positive change outside there. So as for me, I have a dream of going to form a campaign team, get the I'm going to form a campaign team, get the ministries on board so that we can campaign to all those who couldn't come here about the waste management and the recycling, so that what we outlined here wouldn't be into our heads only, but also spread to the whole nation.
Okay, I learned about pollution control, how to curb pollution, and then ways to prevent pollution.
And what did you learn?
I learned that plastics are gotten from fossil fuel and some few other stuff. But I also learned that plastic can be recycled. And after the recycling, we can get many items from it. That is, we can use them for umbrellas, bags, and some few other things. But we all do know that in this world, if we don't recycle our things, that is dealing with management. We cannot economize our situation, and every situation we are, that's our economy. Our economy has a better future, and I think we have a better future for it if we try to economize our things.
What did you learn?
Okay, well, I learned that plastics form part of our daily lives, and since they have advantages, so do they have disadvantages. And I also learned that the disadvantages tend to outnumber the advantages. So if this is the case, we have to find measures in order to control the usage of plastics, because resource personnel and our mentors told us that if we dispose plastics like anywhere, one is they tend to clog drains, and it causes so many things. Outbreak of diseases, flooding, which leads to the loss of human lives and properties. And I also learned about the policies of the EPA, that's the Environmental Protection Agency, what they do to help the environment, what their policies that turn out to protect our environment around us. And I also learned that if we all come together as one people, we all stand up for our country and try to educate others about how to protect our environment and keep our waste very well. That's we put in place appropriate measures to curb or control our environmental problems.
After the education phase in the classroom, it was time to go out of the camp and for participants to see for themselves the real waste management situation in Ghana and offer possible solutions while also educating the public. This is where participants had to use all the skills and information acquired during the various lectures. Day 4 and 5 were dedicated for field trips. Participants visited communities near the Pilele River near Abuabo Market, the KMA Waste Management Landfill site, and the Bobiri Butterfly Sanctuary, among others.
Take us into where we are supposed to be, and let everything that we do be to your glory. We thank you once again. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Participants to interact with the natives of the place, how this situation is a problem to them, what they can do about it or what they've been doing about it, and how best we can also try in our own ways to solve their problem. And we at Recycle Lab, as I said earlier, believe in recycling. So we would try to educate them as much as they can to refuse the plastic, to reduce its use.
As I was saying, you have to observe the surroundings and you get to ask them questions. How do they get rid of their waste? Those people are going to recycling for money. So instead of them
if I try a man or my friend, and then it's say, be a honor or more or move a chum say no money see anywhere, no matter watching. Or more in once a toilet is so big a drain as you say near no my beco to her, no more cotton. See a horn day to me Pamo. Oh, Pamo was so moved. One patron, I had any bit me as a boy in oh, say it's your turn up back. And yet, patron, Sandy, and Ninian, I jam and the end to make castle, you say a Pamo, my money is a yes,
some moment. Rubber, why do you know one who say this man don't start? Rubber, why do you know one who say this man don't start?
If I show that be.
In my mind, you buy a cake and say, rubber, with me in this car.
You bring someone that's a bit near you, sir. Such a rubber, and that's what you feel. You're Tana. That's one time or cheap your another problem. So scar much how much is but when they meant to meet you, they say continue man as a okay, one day I'm going for the water later.
Say, Unim says, and run a gata every day and 2 mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Passion, who as a peasant, what you can't say, what you are community power, or man, yes, she ain't one of them away a family.
Some men are may
obey me, I baby.
Then
Ebia, obey me, a bonds and crabby brewer has said, obey me a boy, man, Ebia Saturday and a Sunday, Namako round. Say be a mom picky rubbish never has seen. Nina prevent it. Every man can swear who sends and come pick at the first. Every mom will who say a fee, any concert fee at all. This is a share of a year the high. Since you told us say a baby one, ye be no, a baby mosquitoes. And a mosquitoes so more or more baby, you sure a time. But your man on baby took a swear good one, or more beba a bay adult mosquito, not a baby crown, or mania malaria.
Dredge the place. When you desert the gardens, where do you put them again? Put them in the storm drains.
Yeah.
So it must. It all boils down to
from fire to fire. Yes. So you get me? There's no place because, for example, there's no any place where a motor can pass through this place and uplift the waste, except the other side. And before people will get there, it will take them a time. So just because of 50 pesos or 20 pesos, they won't go. They will just throw it. And most of the time, they will try it in.
You see, this is a clear example. So it's not that because people are ignorant, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. It's not because people are ignorant. Most of the people, should I say, about 90% of us, 90% of us knows the consequence what we are doing. But as you can see, look from that place to here, where is the dustbin? There is no dustbin. And most of the time, they will send the children to go and dump the refuse. So as a child, for him to go that far, look around, if there is nobody, he just dump it and go his way.
20 pesos. Do many people know about the national sanitation?
They know.
So do they take part?
They take part.
And do they come
How involved are they?
You see, the iron like this gutter around the streets. We go on the sanitation day, clean it, dump those refuse at the bank of the gutter for the officials to come in, because we can't remove all the refuse down, and for us to carry it to the waste dumping place. It's for the officials to bring the cars. You understand? For them to collect it and dump it at the. And are you expecting us after remove? And where is the dumping site? Who knows? So it's for the official. As we remove the waste, it's for them to come and collect it. As you go now, you can see some of the waste still. So when it is rain, it just go back.
Can no more ban no more bedti. Omo ba omo we house no more bedti.
Na only me said they go on plastic
boys ni go be omo to me the plastic no to. Every time we want man no more bedti. Omo bedti ana omo dia to anti. Company bi waka omo no mo tabe we so the plastic rubber.
And who can say when the day sleeps?
He has volunteered to go around and talk to the people about this rubbish that they are dumping. But it's always like the MP would never help them. Sometimes they would catch armed robbers, people that come inside hiding in the gutters to smoke weed. They take pictures and video of them, they send them to. He sometimes catches them physically, sends them to the police station. After an hour, they pay their way to get out, and they come back at him again. So he's making it dangerous, like with his life. He's actually risking his life. And two, they also suggested to the member of parliament that he can also clear this gutter, build it up to like 20 feet and put stores on it, so that these shops can generate some money or some income for the assembly. And it can also be as a tourist site, since it's a shop actually on a gutter or on a bridge.
So I must say I expected them to say that they feel like a need for help, so that they see the need for help, and that they want the government to step in, which I can understand, because like the man told us, of course they come collect the waste, they are willing to collect the waste, and that's what they're doing, but then nothing happens. So the rain just simply washes it back into the river. And what else I expected is, some told us that they are not aware. I think the education is lacking, and but this differed between the two we talked to, and I think that definitely I expected that there's a lack of education, I would say.
What are you willing to do as Recycle Afghan for them?
What we want to do now is we actually don't want to raise expectations. Like, we wanted to talk to the people, but at the moment
It's not our part to come here and provide dustbins. That's what we must say. Our part is to do the education right now. So we are coming here with the young people to educate them and show them what they can do or what needs to be done.
And so the transfer stations, we have these 3 different types of vehicles that moves in to pick it. We have the compactor truck. As we are here, I will show you what the compactor truck is. It picks the waste and it compacts it before it even comes to the landfill. Then we have the skip. It skips it on top. You see, the way the system works is the way the vehicles are called. Then we have a roll off and on. It rolls it on board and it rolls it off. The liner consolidates the clay liner so that we don't contaminate the groundwater, because you know today we harvest water, all this pure water, the one we call pure water, people do have mechanized boreholes in their homes. And so we working here should do everything possible to make sure that we don't become a nuisance to the environment, let me put it that way, so that our system should be able to cater for itself, so that within the catchment there's no any groundwater pollution. And so the clay liner, the material I just mentioned, the dual memory is to consolidate the clay liner. The clay liner, you know, is okay, but to make sure no leachate. Leachate is the liquid that comes out of waste. It's very poisonous, hazardous. You ask why? Common orange, when it's added to, let's say, dry cell battery, when you put all these compounds together, when you analyze it, you realize that it's very dangerous to come into contact. When it's on the ground, you just lift it like this. So even though it's bent, but it's a skip track. That's how we do the classification. And this is the pattern.
We'll be able to prosper. I will let my light so shine so everyone can see that I
Dual memory is the material. These the Gibeons with those baskets and the boulders. They are stones. Engineering, we call them boulders. If you don't do this, it will the whole thing will explode, because the gases will not have anywhere to go, because you have compressed the gas inside. So it must try to force its ways out.
People to segregate waste. You again gain what? Profit from it, because you sell the plastics and then the metals to the recycle industries to gain much money for the nation. So this way, and if you keep on doing this, there will be a time that there won't be any land. So what will you do?
Thank you very much for your question. It is true. I'm very happy young coming men to be are speaking this way. It is true. What you are saying is true. But you see, Rome is not built a day. What we are doing now, for the past, waste was dumped and it was heaps, like mountains. And now we are improving upon the system. So what you said is what we've studied. But we can implement all within a twinkle of an eye. So now that the compactor trucks are going from door to door, picking the waste, now Confanati has started doing the separation. Other institutions are doing the separation. So you must start from somewhere. So if all people embrace the system of allowing people to come for their waste, now some of them even don't want to. And so we are using two systems. That's the communal one where people will only go to a selected place where waste is temporarily stored, the transfer stations. And so when people embrace the system of allowing the compactor trucks to pick the waste from their homes, then we can behave like Europeans. Then plastics, bottles, and those that can decompose fast also go into, let's say, our food. We also go into separating. So as at now, this place has been built as a landfill. There are plans for composting, which is in progress. They have not completed this project.
Here we go. I see the sunrise over the horizon, and I'm grateful. Because of your love, I can face any challenge that comes my way. Only in you I live, I move, and I have my being. I surrender my will to yours. Make me who I am in you. Oh, Christ, I can do all things. It doesn't matter if you tell me. Tries to harm me. So let one form. We ain't gonna prosper. Our light so shine. So everyone will see by me. But he who started the work in me shall be it. Yeah.
So that at the end of the day, we transfer it, its power. Our goal is not completed. We don't want to make noise about what. Energy problem is something everybody is talking about in Ghana. So make sure you have completed what you are doing before start making noise about it. So we don't talk much about the energy we want to produce here. We want the energy to be ready. Before we say now we can produce so and so megawatts here. Okay, so we don't make publication of what we are doing here. It's like it's a test case. So whatever comes in, we flare it. That's why the top looks black. Whatever comes in, we don't have reservation to store it. So whatever we generate, every time we just sometimes just put fire and it will burn. You see it's very blue and people are mad. We don't need to talk about it. When we finish and everything is on, then we'll announce that.
I will pursue. Do what you tell me to.
See the one sitting there, and the U-shaped one is clean water. And so we have pythons, alligators, and other aquatic animals. Every year, animals come from Europe, and we try to catch them and see the tags. As last year, we had two from Holland. We leave them to go. If you kill it, you are suspended. So here, there are tough rules of killing any animal here. Not that we are doing this because we want to see people to know that it's a reserved place where when we go closer, it's now weedy. The place is such a way that we clear this place not more than 2 weeks. The ground is very fertile for growth. We don't want to use chemicals to spray. And so normally we are coming to work on the whole ponds. We are coming to here to take the whole ponds. And so our partners wanted to come around and walk around it. So we weeded the whole place. They've come. Other people join us from other, I think, The middle one is a facultative pond. Then the last two that you see like a fish pond. You can see the water changes. The system I'm talking about, you can see the raw one. Look at how it looks like. And as it goes, look at the third one, look at the fourth one. So as it goes around, look at the last one over there, moves into this maturation pond. And you see that this one, the facultative pond, is just like fish pond. The maturation pond, same thing. So that's how the Nile system works. And finally, it goes through a small stream and get the order for a drink. That's where all the good tilapias in Kumasi can be found. But it doesn't mean that they are bad. The water is recycled. Some time ago, I think Britain said they want to bring the water, but people say no. But that water, I think it will be cleaned than even the one from water and sweet. I'm very pleased to thank you because I'm always happy young men are involved in waste recycling, waste disposal, and all these things. Because when people knows of all this, and he becomes an engineer, become a doctor, he become any social worker. On this note, he can help us build a better Ghana. And so when you people come, I'm excited, I'm happy, and I will say continue. And your partners too, I will say they've done well. The way they've started grooming you. I wish you well in your schools. Get good grades and good jobs. Amen. The women getting good husbands who fear God, who can also manage them. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For men, God asks us to work hard, so that the women can work hard and enjoy it.
I receive it.
For the Lord himself is my portion. He lifts my head in glory. For my home the Lord has exalted. He teaches me to prosper. I have come.
So for a very long time, we've maintained it as a natural environment. So basically what we do here is that when we receive guests like you, we take them on a short walk in the forest. We want them to get in touch with nature, get to know what nature has to offer. And then they also learn about nature conservation. They need to conserve the environment and avoid a lot of distraction and then waste. I think we are learning about waste today, right? All right. So we'll go for the walk briefly. It's a very big area, 54.5 square kilometers. We are just in a small section of it. So as we go on the walk, please feel free to ask questions. And whatever comes.
I testify.
On behalf of Recycle Lab, the authorities and my colleagues, we say a very big thank you for what you gave to us the other time. Actually, I've learned a lot and I've been able to actually know how to present things or issues in public, and we are so grateful. And also, we would like to present
to you this T-shirt saying thank you.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Thank
you.
Okay, you're not one of us. Thank you so much.
New tree species we have in the forest. It is called asamfena. Yeah, and I think someone has noticed the difference in the local name. It depends on the area. At times when you go to the coastal areas, it has a different pronunciation in the local name. When you go to other parts of Ghana, it may also have a different pronunciation. That is why we usually stick to the scientific name. That one is universal. Wherever you go, it is the same. So that is what we use. Yeah, it's a very expensive type of wood. It grows very slowly. This is 87 years now. Wow. Yeah.
Come on,
Most trees have a very long period for maturity. So that is why it's very important that we don't just cut down trees, because they serve a lot of purpose. They even help us in cleaning the air. Onyina, right? Or cyber, CEIBA. Like most things in nature, they have a way of defending themselves. When it is young, the leaves are green, very soft. So it's a source of food for a lot of animals, like squirrels. So once it develops these thorns, it becomes difficult for animals, even humans, to climb and disturb the leaves. So this is a young tree, virtually 12 years old now, but it's fast growing. So as we go along, you come across one that is fully grown, and you notice that the thorns will not be there. But when it grows, it sheds the thorns. You will see it again.
Soup.
What type of soup?
Rice soup.
The oldest tree is known as Denya. The scientific name is Silicodiscus gabonensis. It is over 300 years. Specifically, now it is 312 years.
And when was this place established?
It was established in 1945, 11 November 1945. That is when it was gazetted by the government. Yeah, with animals, as in wild, dangerous animals, snakes and tigers and elephants, no. We don't identify any of them. But there are a few animals like snakes and at times they pose a threat to us. We have people who come in. Poaching is a problem. People who try to sneak in to kill animals illegally. We also have challenges with illegal logging. So these are some of the challenges. And then with tourists, we haven't had a lot of challenges too, but with our road networks and some of the facilities, we need to upgrade them. So these are the few challenges.
I have learned the scientific names of many of the trees. That I know the local names, but actually I don't know the scientific names. Because I'm a science student, to help me my biologicals. And also I've learned about the history of so many plants, how the names and how the ages are determined. And I've learned a lot.
Okay, what about you?
And to add to what he said, actually I've seen a lot of plants around, of which are not seen in our domestic homes. And then how they preserve them, how they conserve them. We appreciate nature. And then so we've learned more, and I think we are going to conserve the environment because it's going to help. It helps a lot.
Since we came here, we've seen many trees, and believe if in Ghana we stop deforestation, we can preserve all these trees. Because if we had practiced deforestation over here, I don't think we would have come to meet all these trees the way they are.
Yeah, I'm very surprised for the trees I see here. I ask myself question, if we were to be preserving, acting like this, what should have been the situation of Ghana as at now? Actually, for here, it's a very cool place because of the reservation of the forest.
Alright, thank you very much.
Other activities which were held at the camp included keep fit exercises, church service, team building discussions, roundup meetings, and soft skills meetings. Here are excerpts.
he be my code. Like a sickly woman, coco, in my code. I never they wonder, never worry you. My baba they my body. I never they holler for my money, I call on my God. I never they wonder, never worry you. My baba they my body. I never they holler for my money, I call on my God. My people let me hear you say, be coco for my God. Be coco, wahala be coco for my God. My people let me hear you say, be coco for my God.
And these paper bags, you can recycle them to either use and what sort of those things you do. But you can also recycle. I know we can recycle plastic, but it will cost you more than recycling of paper bags. And the paper bags is more cheaper, it's less expensive compared to the plastic.
We're saying plastic should be used instead of, you said something like that. Okay, so this is the case with shredded plastics. And according to the video we watched, that shredded plastics are, should I say, microplastics, and they also cause harm to the environment. So I don't get it. Why are you saying we should shredded plastics?
We are talking of reducing, not recycling. And you used it and it's fell in the gutter. We are not advising you to take it from the gutter because we know it will contaminate you. So after it fell in the gutter, okay, you don't have only one plastic cup, right? You can go and use the other one. After you use the other one, you can use it for another purpose.
So that one, what should I do with it?
It's very simple. That's why we have sanitizers, disinfectants, and all that. And you move forward. And you take it back. That is why the first group presented to refuse. So you should find another alternative. They brought a calabash, right? So you were saying Ariwa. So it would be better to dispose that in a better way or to be recycled. That's why we are all supporting the ideas. Going for the calabash that you are talking about so that we prevent waste.
Before we start, we must first know the definition for recycling. And so recycling is the process of transforming already used materials into other forms which can be reused. Yeah, and we must also know some advantages and disadvantages considering recycling. An advantage is it saves money. Yeah, when you buy something, you can transform it into another thing in which you can sell it. Yeah, you can sell it to gain back your money. It also helps prevent environmental degradation.
We are talking about recycling. I cannot just go out and take a bin containing organics and metals and plastics together and say I'm going to recycle. What am I going to use it for? Please, can you tell me? No, you have to segregate them. You have to sort it out so that before you can remodel and renovate it into a different form. A group was talking about paper bags being used for toilet, which is a clear indication that the paper was sorted out of the plastics or the others before it was used. You cannot combine paper and metal to make toilet. How will it feel?
But the real thing, before I asked my question, I made mention of if it has to go through the machine, and he said no. And I gave a scenario as, we all know that oil comes in bottles. I have a water bottle. After drinking the water, I use it for fetching or measuring oil. In this process, I've recycled it to another thing which has the benefit from it now. So I want to know if you second that as being recycled.
You have not yet recycled it. You have not recycled it, you have reused it. Recycling is transforming it into other things. This one, you have not transformed it. No, your oil bottle could be used for pencil cases, not for measuring. See, it has not yet been transformed, so yours has been reused.
That's the difference between reusing and recycling. The typical example was using the plastic bottle for oil and others. With that one, nothing has been done to change the
plastic bottle. It's just the plastic bottle that we use for containing oil. So with the water sachets, you can just cut one edge and use it for nursing CDs. That one is reusable. But when they're talking about it being used for pencil cases and then book covers, with this one, there's application of needle and thread. There's a process. Then you know that you can also use a sewing machine to sew. I hope you get it. In that case, the sewing machine is a machine, isn't it? It is, right? But then the manual form of sewing is what they use. That's the needle and the thread. So in that case, it has been recycled.
And by His grace, there's no girlie I no go fi run. Oh. Be on the beat and I dedicate it to my God. Oh. Hey. I feel His goodness and His mercy from New York to New Jersey. No matter what they want, I they get it from my God. Oh. I feel His goodness and His mercy from New York to New Jersey. No matter what they want, I they get it from my God. EL baby, be on the beach, you.
We still don't know each other, I think most of us, so you try to find your name and try to find the person you are, okay? You got yours? Then you need to change.
Did you get lost? You see me rolling on your block, it be my code. Like a sickly woman, coco, in my code. I never did wonder, never worry. My baba did my body. I never did holla for my money, I call on my God. I never did wonder, never worry. My baba did my body. I never did holla for my money, I call on my God. My people, let me hear you say, no be coco for my God. Be coco, wahala be coco for my God. I go the shocky for my God. I soto for my God. I go shokoto for my God. When I'm shopping, there's nothing I no go fi afford. See me rocking my Balenciaga for my God. And by His grace, there's no girlie I no go fi run. Be on the beat and I dedicate it to my God. Hey. I feel His goodness and His mercy from New York to New York. From New York to New Jersey. No matter what they want, they get it from my God. My people. So if you dey wonder how I do my thing, it be my God. No money, how me here, it be my God. So when you see me rolling on your block, it be my God. Like a sickly woman, coco, in my God. I never did wonder, never worry. My baba did my body. I never did holla for my money, I call on my God. I never did wonder, never worry. My baba did my body. I never did holla for my money, I call on my God. My people let me hear you say, my people let me hear you say, me rocking my Balenciaga for my God. And by His grace, there's no girlie I no go fi run. Be on the beat and I dedicate it to my God. Hey. I feel His goodness and His mercy from New York to New Jersey. No matter what they want, they get it from my God. I feel His goodness and His mercy from New York to New Jersey. No matter what they want, they get it from my God. My people, let me hear you say, be coco, wahala be coco for my God. My people, let me hear you say, be coco, for my God, Asunto for my God, I go shokoto for my God, and I go the shocky for my God, Asunto for my God, I go shokoto for my God, and waiting no be come for my God, EL baby, be on the beach, nene. Waiting no be come for my God. Love me, no matter be coco for my God. Scott. Love me, no matter be coco for my God. Scott.
Preceding the grand finale on day 10, participants had the opportunity to meet with ambassadors and former participants of Recycle Up Ghana to learn and share ideas.
We represent Togogo High School in 2014, and I would say we were the pioneer participants for such an organization.
Let me say, Recycle Up actually brought up the giant in me. Just look up there. God is at your back, right? Don't listen to what people say. Hey, what I'm doing now, the confidence that I'm showing now, it wasn't so. I couldn't stand here and talk. I would fumble and begin to shake and stuff. But now I can boldly speak without anybody controlling me or giving me a high order.
I learned the virtue of sharing. As our brother said, we learned how to share ideas, and today it seems there's this bond between us. We are all around. Clifford, Obed, Christian, because of we learn to share ideas.
I would say that Recycle Up RUG is a wonderful experience, and I would entreat everyone to buy into the idea of recycling, because that's the only way forward for us as people. Because as the world is changing, we need to also change and make ourselves better.
I was a participant in 2014, and then it was just like this one, just that we had 14 days. So it was just the same procedure. The first 3 days, that's the education phase, the field trips, and then we get to work with a solution phase where we brainstorm and then bring out ideas. So it was fun.
So what has been your experience so far?
It's fun. Like Recycle Lab Camp is really helping a lot. Yeah, it's really helping a lot. It's impacting life. It has improved my skills in terms of teamwork. Most importantly, I can now work in teams. I can now speak in public. Then I've developed myself with self-confidence and all that. And then some brainstorming skills. I keep on telling them that when you are in the camp, you get the vim and all that when you go out, you are going to work. But then when we get out, it's a different story altogether with setbacks coming from all angles. It turns out to be that most of them are students. All of them are students, basically. And then they would have to collide with their academics and all that. And then they would have to manage themselves. Well, that's one of the lessons that they can learn from this. You can combine this project with your academics and then it will help very well.
The grand finale, which climaxed the entire summer camp, took place at the Engineering Auditorium of the College of Engineering, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Participants presented great ideas and solutions to solving waste management problems.
Basically, Technology Without Borders has the idea that it would support people with projects in the area of energy and water supply, training in computer basics, as well as in recycling and waste management, both in community schools and in hospitals. The approach is quite simple. We do believe that local problems can best be solved by local people.
What can we do? I usually ask myself, what can we do? Well, sit back, relax, and watch me take you on a trip which seeks to identify the problem at hand, make known of the stakeholders associated with the problem. We'll also be talking about the cause of the problem, the effect, the solutions, and our main focus as a group on tackling the problem. We'll also be talking about the feasibility and sustainability of the methods we devise, and finally, the impact the proper evaluation of these methods would have on our environment. Now, with low productivity, there is a situation where a teacher may go to meet an apparently empty class and may find no one to teach. And if you find no one to teach and you are a teacher, then what is your essence? Productivity is thereby lost. Thank you.
We have a problem at hand. We've now come to know the causes, the effects, and what measures are we putting in place as ambassadors of this plastic waste management. This brings to fore what we, the members of the TK, have thought or thought in the mind to do in our various schools and Mother Ghana as a whole. This brings us to the solutions. I begin with education. When we talk about education, education is the process of acquiring knowledge and skills by an individual which will help him or her to achieve his aim in life in the field of academics.
I think we said earlier that we are going to let the teachers be more enlightened so that even in our absence, we are going to keep the education on plastic waste management more effective.
We said we are going to organize quizzes in our various schools, between different schools, and with them, this thing will be a generational pass down. Every year, we will do it annually. Every year, we are going to have quizzes, and this will let this thing be sustained, because every club is going to have a recycle club, because we are all ambassadors, and some of us are very influential in our school.
To start with, we have a presentation outline. That is the introduction of waste management, the consequence of waste, the causes, effect of improper waste management, the intervention, sustainability measures, and impact of the solutions to the school community. We also have a conclusion. To begin with, it is because of the rapid population growth that has led to the high generation of waste globally. We can all attest to the fact that in the 1880s, Ghana didn't have this high population, and our waste management system was a bit good than what we have today. Most developing countries are not able to manage their waste properly. We can say that Ghana is a developing country, and we can all attest to the fact that Ghana is not able to manage her waste properly. Also, we will need to know the definition of waste. Waste is any substance which is discarded after its primary use or seems of no use to the user. There is a saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. We move on to the constraints of waste. We need to know what makes up waste. And so we have plastics, organics, the papers, the glass, the metals, and the others. As you can see, we can see plastic bottles being gathered. The next, we have the organic waste. The next, also, we have the papers, we have the glasses, and the metals, and also the others which are the unrecyclable items.
In my school, many times you hear the girls shouting because the dam site is closer to their place, and in the course of managing it, the authorities sometimes burn the waste, and this triggers some of the students who are suffering from asthma, and it doesn't create a very conducive environment for them, because your attention is sometimes directed to them, and even the people affected who also not contribute in classes, which will have a very negative impact on their lives.
I'm smiling. I have a dream. You have a dream. We all have dreams. I have a dream, said Martin Luther King Jr. We can achieve this goal by you and I segregating our waste. And also, we can all attest to the fact that one plastic waste, which is improperly disposed, can cause the death of an individual. So my sister up there, my brother, Mr. Labikumi, Madam Esther, please, let us all help Ghana to become a better place by segregating our waste. Come on board, join our train, and let's segregate our waste to make Mother Ghana a better place to live. Thank you. Merci. Thank you.
We will start with our lineup of the topic, what we'll be introducing to you, how we'll line up on the topic we are going to talk about. First, we'll start off the introduction. From the introduction, we'll see the problems that are affecting us as Africans and Ghanaians. From there, we'll move to the aims and objectives, what to achieve at the end of this campaign, the concept map of ideas, that's a strategy in which we are going to campaign, then the procedures, the measures we are to take place, then we'll go to the reasons, then we'll move to the effects of not segregating your waste, then we'll look at the measures you take in place in order for this campaign to be successful. Then finally, we'll move to the conclusion.
If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Thank you. We are the members of Team Johnny. We all gathered here as one people, but we should know that we are creating local solutions to the waste problems in Ghana. I am Priscilla Owusu Boatman.
Ladies are trouble. I'm Bonnie Rexford.
I am a observation. One may ask, what is recycling? Recycling is the process of converting unwanted materials into useful products. Upcycling is also the creative reuse or the process of converting waste into useful materials such as school bags and others. Segregation is the act of separating waste into different kinds. Let us all join hands and help move Ghana, our motherland, from one level to the other. The English will say, thank you.
My name is O. This, you will feel what I'm about to say. It's gone. It's all gone. The TV, the fridge, the microwave, everything is gone. But it doesn't hurt as much as Junior. It was in the middle of the night when I heard him cry. So I stretched my arm to see him by my side. But when I stretched my arm, all I felt was wet. So I got up to see where my junior was. There my junior was on the left in the pool. Someone pulled my heart out. But this is more than death. My junior lying in the pool filled with plastics. It's been 2 years now since my father died. And I have no one left. He's all that I have. I'm done. It's all gone.
Woman, don't worry, eh? Everything will be okay. Everything happens for a reason. Take heart. Some of us will say, God knows this. I lie. So I decided to ask this woman I met on the way. Mommy, please, the bachelor. But what are they in front of you? And she was like, blah. Blah. You see no baby. So I was like, no wonder these things happen. And we put the blame on God. So how many juniors have to die for us to realize what we are doing wrong? We say we care, but do we? I'm doing my best by initiating myself into recycling God. Ask yourself, what have you done? Will you wait for your junior to die? Or your aunt's junior? Maybe your children's junior. You never know. So make the change now whilst you can. And make Ghana a better place. I say what I feel, and I feel what I say. I hope he felt what I said.
We consider these two factors also, which is feasibility and the sustainability of the ideas and solutions you proposed, and also the prototypes you showcased. Before I declare the winners, I would say, with the teams that don't win, this doesn't mean that you didn't have brilliant ideas. You could see from the smiles of your parents and from the lecturers who were around and also your head teachers that you did marvelously well. But this is life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So if you don't win today, come back another day and fight. Of course, we will give individual feedbacks to you as to what you did wrong and what you did right, so that you can improve upon it as you go forward with the journey of life. So we decided we would acknowledge two teams. I.5 is the second place.
The winners, Team Johnny, please give it up for them. Chair makers, clap for them. Then you will get a plate. Continue with the certificate of the participant. So if you hear your name, you come and take your set.
Special please give it up for her.
Teachers and guests who attended the grand finale expressed their satisfaction about the camp.
It's a very, very important, if you want, a very
useful program and I enjoyed it. I think I said it over there that I really enjoyed it and I was surprised about it too because I didn't think there was anything like that going about. But I'm happy to see that people are learning to do the proper thing as far as waste management is concerned. I think that the earlier we appreciated the importance of waste management, the better.
My name is Letitia Trelabi. I'm a physics teacher at KNU State Senior High. In fact, we were invited for a program here, Recycle Up program here. It's been a while, but today is the last day, so my students invited me to come and see some of the things they've done with some of the polythene bags they collected. And in fact, I've been very, 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 very impressed. I'm so impressed and I've been really, really educated. Initially, I didn't see the use of this recycling issue. But since I came here, the sort of things that they use the polythene bags to do, the bags, the aprons, the seats, the bangles, so many things. In fact, the students did well. And they've really educated me. What I want to tell Ghanaians as a whole is, what I really learned here is this segregation thing. And I want to tell all Ghanaians that it's a very good thing to segregate our rubbish. If we're able to separate the plastics from the papers, from the metals, from the glasses, and then from the organics, I think it will go a long way to help all of us. And these our dam sites will be reduced. Since we are cutting down trees just to repair dam sites, it's not really helping. So let us all join hands and then help this recycling thing to go and move forward.
I've been coming over the years, but this one in particular, it's exceptional. It's an awesome. They are very impressive for this particular group.
Okay, so what would you like to tell the people out there, those in your schools and other headmasters and headmistresses of other institutions about this Recycle Up Ghana?
Thank you. With Yes and Dora Girls Senior High School, there's no problem at all. We even took the initiative of forming a club after they have attended the seminar. So since last 3 years, so we have the existing club and we are doing a lot of things which they even share with their colleagues. But to other schools, I don't know much about them. So I just want to advise them that they should all get involved because the environment should always be tidied so that we get healthy environment to stay on and study hard. So all heads in the second cycle schools should help. When the students express the desire of forming the club because they have expressed the willingness to go to all the schools. So when they go there, they should embrace the TIOX project, Recycle Up Ghana.
Oh, I'm amazed, I must say. I'm really excited now what they will do after the camp, and they did a very, very good job. And the ideas they came up with, I must say, I've not expected that. No, but I'm happy to see that they contribute and I hope that they will continue to contribute. Yeah. So Technology Without Borders in general is about tackling sanitation issues and also waste issues like here in Ghana, but it goes beyond. It's also about knowledge, computer techniques and other fields.
Recycle Up Ghana has come a long way considering the fact that I've been a part of it, and this time I had to observe from afar, and so far I've liked what I saw and it was very, very impressive. I'm really, really, really impressed. And Recycle Up Ghana can only go higher and higher and higher, and that's what we are all praying for.
What do you have for Ghanaians watching you?
My message is very simple. The field is overwhelming. It looks like it's getting worse. It's not getting any better, despite people putting in effort and stuff. So I have only one thing, or maybe, one sentence, but 4 things. Just refuse, reduce, reuse, and then recycle the waste.
Recycle Up Ghana Summer Camp 2016 was powered by Technology Without Borders and supported by EPA, CS Foundation, Youth for Sanitation, Farmerline, KMA, Bob Clean Ventures, and 7 Days News, Ghana.